Have you ever told yourself, I'll play for just 20 minutes just to relax a bit? Yeah, and then suddenly it's 4 a.m., the sun is rising, birds are singing, and you're sitting there like, okay, but at least I beat that boss, so honestly, worth it. Yeah, that's basically my whole life since 2015. Hey babe, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something special. We're taking a full decade-long journey through the games that devoured my time, stole my sleep, and absolutely bullied my emotions, but in a good way. These aren't just games, these are eras, moments, stories I lived through with a controller in my hands and snacks slowly disappearing around me. We're going year by year from 2015 to 2025, looking at the releases that hit the hardest for me, the ones that had me glued to the screen like an NPC whose pathfinding got stuck. And listen, I'm not reading a Wikipedia page at you, okay? I'm here to spill the real tea, the feelings, the mess, the moments when I screamed, cried, or whispered, oh no, right before getting jump scared. All right, my lovely gamer soul, grab your drink, get comfy, and let's jump into 2015, where the chaos truly began. If we're talking about games that changed me as a person, Witcher 3 is that game. I remember launching it on a rainy evening, expecting just some RPG, and suddenly I wasn't sitting at my desk anymore. I was in a muddy, medieval forest, following a brooding, sexy, constantly tired monster hunter. The emotions? Powerful. Why it's insanely good. The storytelling, like every quest feels like a short film. The Bloody Baron quest left me staring at the screen like I'd just been hit with a truck full of trauma. The world, the villages feel alive. The wind feels alive. Sometimes even your horse feels alive. And sometimes like she's stuck in a rock. But we forgive her. Geralt himself, the dry humor, the voice, the vibe. He's like, I don't care, but he cares. He so cares, and we love him for it. Sure, the game launched with bugs. Sometimes Geralt would freeze mid-animation like he remembered he left the stove on. But honestly, the game is so magical, you just, wave it off. Why it steals your time. Because you don't play Witcher 3, you move into Witcher 3. If Witcher 3 was a novel, Doom is a giant can of energy drink shot directly into your bloodstream, I swear. I opened it just to see how it runs. And suddenly, I'm parkouring around a Mars facility, blasting demons into particle effects, heart racing like I did cardio for the first time in 5 years. Why Doom is peak chaos. The speed. There's no hiding. The game is like, oh, sweetie, you thought you could camp behind a box. That's adorable. The music, Mick Gordon, did not have to go that hard, but he did. My spirit left my body at least twice. The combat. Smooth, crunchy, loud, satisfying, like snapping bubble wrap, except the bubble wrap is demons. The story is there, technically, but when you're ripping demons in half with your bare hands, who cares? Why it steals your time? Doom tricks your brain into thinking one more fight is always a good idea. Cuphead is the sweetest lie I've ever seen. It looks cute. It looks wholesome. It looks like a grandma's animated postcard. It is not. This game humbled me faster than life ever has. What makes it special? The hand-drawn animation. It's literally a 1930s cartoon come alive. The soundtrack, jazzy chaos that makes you tap your foot while you cry. The difficulty. Some bosses feel like they're personally offended by your existence. I spent 3 hours on one boss. 3 hours. When I finally won, I celebrated like I got promoted at work. Why it steals your time? Because every failure feels like, okay, but I can do better. And you keep going until your coffee is cold and your patience is gone. Dark Souls is not a game. It's a personality test. You think you're patient. Try fighting a boss who one-shots you for breathing incorrectly. But oh my god, the dopamine when you finally win. Why the remaster still hits. Combat that's pure and clean. It's hard but fair. Atmosphere dark, oppressive, beautiful, like walking through a haunted painting. The world design. Everything connects in ways that make you go, oh, every few hours. It's not a huge graphical remake, true, but the soul is intact, and that's what matters. Why it steals your time? Because every victory feels like you evolved as a human. Resident Evil 2 Remake is the reason I don't trust dark hallways anymore. I thought I was brave. Turns out I am not. Not at all. Why it's incredible? The atmosphere. The police station feels like a character. A very mean, very haunted character. The zombies. They do not stay dead. They refuse. They get up like round two. The sound design, every step, every creak, every distant growl. Nope, no thank you. And then there's Mr. X. His footsteps alone gave me trust issues. Why it steals your time? Because you need to know what's behind that next corner, even though you're terrified. Mafia D is pure cinematic heaven. You're not just playing a game. You're starring in a stylish 1930s gangster movie. The suits, the cars, the smoke, the jazz. Okay. Perfection. Why it stands out. The presentation. Cutscenes that feel like Oscar bait. The story. Simple, but so human. It sticks with you. The City Lost Heaven feels alive and cozy in its own noir way. Yes, the racing mission made me regret every decision I've ever made. But when you beat it, oh, the satisfaction. Why it steals your time. Because you're not playing a mission. You're living a mafia drama. This game literally saved friendships. Or ruined them, depending on the pair. Playing it feels like jumping between 20 different genres in one sitting. Every hour, the game throws something new at you, like, surprise, you're flying a plane now. Surprise, now you're fighting squirrels. Surprise, now you're in therapy. What makes it magical? Endless variety. No level repeats itself. Ever. Comedy. I laughed more than I breathed. Emotional depth. It hits. Harder than expected. Why it steals your time? Because you never know what the next chapter will bring. Elden Ring is, look, it's art. Painful art, but still art. This was my whole personality for a month. Why it became a phenomenon. The open world. Huge, mystical, handcrafted, and terrifying. The bosses. Some are elegant, some are nightmares. Some are just straight up disrespectful exploration. You walk 5 feet and suddenly find a cave, a castle, a dragon, or a questionable swamp. Yes, it's brutally hard, but it's also unbelievably fair and rewarding. Why it steals your time? Because every hour you discover something that makes you gasp. I made the mistake of playing this alone at night with headphones 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. But also 10 out of 10 because oh my god, what a remake! Why? It's perfect horror. Claustrophobic atmosphere. The Ishimura feels alive, and not in a good way. Necromorphs. The sounds they make, nightmares fuel. Modernized storytelling. Everything is smoother, clearer, more emotional. Why it steals your time? Because fear is addictive, apparently. Avowed is a magical escape. It's cozy, colorful, warm, and full of little details that make the world feel handcrafted. I spent hours just exploring and reading lore I absolutely did not need to know, but I wanted to. Highlights. The world building feels alive and personal, magic and combat, satisfying in that classic Obsidian way, dialogue and characters. Full of charm. Yes, some bugs crawled in at launch, but honestly, they kinda added personality. Why it steals your time? Because it's a fantasy world you want to live in. We waited, we suffered, we lost hope, and then Silksong arrived like the second coming of Metroidvania greatness. Why? It's spectacular. Fast, fluid combat, Hornet moves like she's danced ballet her whole life. New biomes, colorful, dangerous, mesmerizing. The soundtrack, instant chills, instant nostalgia. Why it steals your time? Because it's everything we loved about Hollow Knight, but sharper, faster, and richer. And just like that, my love, we've traveled an entire decade together, 10 years of worlds to escape into, 10 years of masterpieces that ruined my sleep schedule in the best possible way. Each of these games was its own little universe, a place that made my evenings brighter and my emotions louder. Now it's your turn to tell me, what were your peak games of the decade? Which year hit you the hardest? Which game on my list stole your heart too? Drop your list in the comments. I seriously love reading them, and remember, everyone's taste is different, and that's what makes gaming beautiful. If you enjoyed our little time travel adventure, you know what to do. Hit that like, hit that sub, and stay close. I'm hugging you through the screen right now. Take care, and may your next gaming session steal at least one peaceful night of sleep.